Okay, so we've now played 6 games. We are pretty far into the season. We're 3-3. We have played great teams, we've played bad teams, we've played middle of the road teams, and I think that we definitely kind of know now exactly where Nebraska football stands in the entire sort of college football landscape. If you guys saw the game against Illinois, we won. The defense gave us the victory. Our offense, we've got to talk about the offense. But what's up, guys? Welcome back to FFT. I'm Trevor. Let's check it out. Okay, so we played Illinois, and it was a game where it's kind of two bottom of the barrel teams, two bottom feeder teams in the Big Ten West going at it to see who really is the worst team in the Big Ten. And I'll tell you what, you've got to be stoked at this point that we're not in the Big Ten East because there are monsters over there. I mean, let's look at it. We've got Michigan, Penn State, Ohio State, Maryland, who's playing exceptionally well, all over there in the Big Ten West. And we're sitting over here with Wisconsin and then Iowa in second with a 2-1 conference schedule. We're playing Northwestern after the bye. So we've got a bye week this coming week, and then we've got Northwestern. I think it's a winnable game. It's kind of similar in the sort of comparison in my mind to Minnesota, where if we take away the turnovers and it's just handing the ball over to the other team, if we just keep ourselves from handing the ball to Northwestern, I think we've got a good chance of winning this game. I think that, I mean, being 3-3, quite honestly, we still have a chance of making a bowl game, but what does making a bowl game really mean anymore? I mean, they hand bowl games out like candy because the NCAA just wants to make money at this point. And so you just got to win 6 games. It's not anything exceptional that you've got to do. Obviously, it's fun. It gives players an opportunity to practice more, to play another game, to get more reps under their belt. The coaches want that because same sort of thing. And players, I think, truly benefit from it. I mean, bowl games provide them with free things. It provides them with an experience. It provides the team with some sort of hype going into the following year, especially if they win that game. I went to one of Nebraska's bowl games when they played Tennessee at the Music City Bowl in Nashville. That was a lot of fun a few years ago. We lost that game because we had our backup QB in. But anyway, I where do we start, man? So our offense. Let's start with our offense. I think Heinrich Harburg, I think that he remains the starter. I think that at this point he has shown that his composure and his decision-making skills and ball handling, just the fact that he's protecting the ball more, is, in my mind, what keeps him above Jeff Sims. I think unless, like I said in past videos, the coaches know more than we do. They're at every single practice. They're engaging with these players at a personal level. They know exactly where their mindset is and how they're performing and all these sorts of things that we don't have insight into. And so we can only speculate as fans. No matter how big of a fan you are, no matter how much research you do, we still don't have as much knowledge and information as the coaches do. So I'm going to trust Matt Rule. I think the offensive coordinator, Satterfield, is a little bit more of a wild card in my mind. I have hesitations about him. I know there's a lot of frustration from Nebraska fans about him at the moment. We've seen things like Matt Rule calling timeouts because he didn't like the play call, maybe, and he wanted to switch it up. We've seen some frustrating things come from him. We've seen Matt Rule be frustrated, and I think I understand his frustration. There have been things that have happened. Going back, I don't know if you guys saw the post-game press conference, but Matt Rule was talking about how the defensive line was calling things like go and stem and trying to get our defense or our offensive line to jump. And he said, I agree. I don't know. I don't know the rules. I don't know if that is a penalty because I know clapping, you can't clap to try to cause the offensive line to jump. But I'm not sure if yelling things is on the same level as that. And I do think it's scummy if they are just trying to get us to jump off sides. I do think our offensive line should be more disciplined. They should be prepared for things like that to happen. They shouldn't move unless It's kind of a gray area. It feels scummy, but at the same time, I want our offensive line to be stout and unwavering and know the count. Um, Hard to do in a loud stadium, and I get it. I get Matt Rule's frustration. I think there's kind of two sides to that story, though. I believe in Matt Rule still. I believe that he understands where our offense is and where it needs to go. It's got a long ways to go. Our defense absolutely won the game. They continue to show up. Aside from the Michigan game, where I'm throwing that game out the window. If you see all the other scores of teams that have played Michigan, they're wiping everybody out right now. They're looking like national champs at that level right now. They're looking incredibly strong compared to every team that they go up against. So, yes, for those of you that have been calling me delusional since day one, sure. Okay, I had hope that we had a chance to upset in that game, and we obviously didn't do that. We did the opposite of an upset. But I'm still the sort of fan that likes to have hope in my team. I don't think that having hope in your team and believing that there's a chance that you can win the game is delusional. Obviously, I am. I understand that the odds are against us. It's not like I'm going into the game expecting to win. I'm going into the game hoping to win, and that's it. That's kind of where we stand at this point. I think as Nebraska fans, we need to understand where our team is. We're a 3-3 team that has lost to Minnesota, Colorado, and Michigan. We've beaten Illinois. We've beaten Louisiana Tech, and who else? Who else did we beat? Northern Illinois. So, I mean, the games that we've won aren't incredibly great victories. It's not like it's anything to brag about at this point. It's not like we're Shadur Sanders going to a crowd after a game and showing off a watch or something after they beat a team that's like 1-3. Congratulations, Shadur. I don't know what to tell you. That was bumping around Twitter for a long time. I don't know what that was about. Obviously, I'm not a huge fan of showboating and having lack of sportsmanship. It's not for me. I get it. If you're a confident player, I don't have an issue with confidence. But it's when you go out and you're, showboating and taunting the crowd in a game that you should have won very easily. That shouldn't have been a one-score game. I don't know. Anyway, so Nebraska, though, I'm excited about our trajectory. I continue to say this. I think that Nebraska, what I want to see at this point, a bowl game would be cool. It'd be a lot of fun. I want to see our offense improve. Obviously, we have a lot of injuries. There's a lot of things that have brought our offense down where we're already struggling. We're like fighting an uphill battle at this point, and I get that. So I want to give them a little bit of grace and wiggle room here and provide them time to grow. But I'd love to see, steady growth throughout the rest of the season. I don't need to see a bowl game to be confident in my football team going into next year. At this point, we are playing. I'll be honest. At this point, we're playing for next year and 2 years from now. This season is more of a sit back and enjoy the show sort of season in my mind now. If we have some good victories, we're playing like Wisconsin. Let's see, we're playing Northwestern, then Purdue, then Michigan State, then Maryland, which is going to be a hard game, Wisconsin and Iowa. So those last 3 games are going to be the toughest out of the last 6 that we have, I guess. So I'm going into it with no crazy expectations. Again, I'm going to hope that we have a chance to win every single one of these games lined up. Aside from maybe like Maryland and Wisconsin, we have a chance to beat Northwestern. We have a chance to beat Purdue, Michigan State, Iowa. They're all going to be hard games, but I think there's a chance. I'm not expecting to win all these games, but I'd love to see, like I said, continued growth. Even if we lose out, I'd be bummed as a fan, but at this point, like I said, we're playing for next year. I want to see our offense continue to grow. I want to see our defense continue to grow. I don't think we can settle down as a defense. Defense, please continue to show up because our offense obviously needs you. When our team can't get the ball inside the red zone without getting some sort of penalty or getting points on the board, that's a sad day for Husker fans. But I'd love to know what you guys think. We obviously have a bye week this week, so we're going to have time to kind of look at film, get back into the right mindset going into Northwestern, which is a very winnable game in my mind. I'd love to know what you guys think that are watching this video. What's your prediction for the remainder of the season? I think we get 3 more wins. I think we get a bowl game at this point. I'm not sure where they're going to come from. If I had to guess, it's probably Northwestern, either Purdue or Michigan State, and then Iowa would be my guess. It'd be cool if we won our next 3 games. But anyway, am I losing it? Am I that delusional fan that a lot of you guys are calling me? Again, at this point, you've heard it a million times from Husker fans. There's always next year. Let's see what Matt Rule can do. But when it comes to Matt Rule, I think that's a realistic view. I think knowing what he's done, like I've said, at Temple and at Baylor, that first year's rebuild, we're still recruiting the way that he wants to. We're still building the team into the team he wants that has discipline and strength. And I still believe. I believe in you, Matt Rule. You can do it. But yeah, let me know. Otherwise, please like and subscribe if you guys want to see some more FFT content. I cover the Nebraska Cornhuskers, but I also do a lot with fantasy football as well. I bring videos all the time throughout the week. So make sure you like and subscribe if you guys want to see more of that content. But until then, I'll catch you guys later. Go Big Red.